Oh, fuck's sake. Oh. My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. It's 4 AM here in New Zealand. I'm up to watch football. My FPL looks good, yeah, it don't look bad. It don't look bad at all. Then red flags appear and it makes me sad. I need a fag. My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why got out of bed at all. It's 4 AM here in New Zealand. I'm up to watch football. My FPL looks good, yeah, it don't look bad. It don't look bad at all. Then red flags appear and it makes me sad. I need a fag. Dear FPL, I wrote you 3 times with some suggestions, but you still ain't responding. I sent some ideas for new chips with my NZ number at the bottom. I sent sign-on receipts so I know that you got them. You see, I live far away and it caused me a problem. I signed Cunha from Nottingham. I thought he was cheap when I bought him. But it was nearly 4 AM here in the morning. It's hard to see straight through tears when you're yawning. Anyway, I have this idea for a cool brand new chipsy. It's called Buyer's Remorse and I need 3 or 4 weekly. You can use it on chips too, because I blow mine yearly. Like that time I was drunk and free hit accidentally. I know you probably hear this every day, but I'm FPL's biggest fan. I even got a YouTube channel where I talk shit and old flannel, man. If you sweat out this chip, I'll pay you back too. I'll give you a shout, and then you can grow too. Anyway, hit me back just to chat. Truly yours, your biggest fan. No panic, man. It's a January moment of madness early, folks, and after this way this game week is going, I make no apologies. For the uninitiated amongst you, I do one of those about once a month. But mainly when things are not going according to plan, and things are certainly not going according to plan. It's the anti-plan, folks. It's the anti-plan, folks. And the thing is, I had 4 or 5 plans. The number one plan, as I think most of you know by now, is to get to this 4-5-1. And every time I get to the 4-5-1 that I'm happy with, something fucking happens. And on this occasion, yes, I did get up at about 4 or 5 AM, I think it was. All was well with the world. I tuned into a couple of the deadline streams. There were no flags. It was all good. All was well with the world. And then, bing! Rice out. It was like, what to do, what to do. If I run through the transfers, I mean, this is not in any particular order of appearance, but if we sort of go through the various ports I've had at various points in time leading up to this deadline. Now, I think, as you know, I'm trying to get to this 4-5-1. I thought I had once, twice now. We lost Bruno, so I had to change track again. But I thought, yeah, I like that midfield. I like that midfield a lot, you know. Got Cunha, Palmer, Foden, Saka, Rice. It's not Bruno, but I can deal with that. It still looks pretty bloody good. So with the Bruno injury, that meant the move to Cunha a week or so ago. Cunha didn't do much last week, and he did even less against freaking Burnley. God, I'm glad I didn't put that captain's armband on him. That was close. I had a moment where I did nearly go Palmer. Still kind of glad I didn't go there. Hopefully Haaland will give me something to shout for in the last game week. Anyway, get my thoughts back on track. My various thoughts at points during this. I really want to get to my ideal backline now that I thought I had my ideal midfield in place. Oh, thunder outside. That was appropriate with the stand thing. Yeah, it's absolutely been in for a few days. It's actually New Year's Eve here, and there are big cracks of thunder out there, and it is tipping down. Anyway, and the ideal backline, which I just about had enough to get to, and I had a little secondary plan, you know, that where I could actually just free up a little bit of money, potentially moving to Victor, this lad that's at Nottingham Forest, if I did need a little more. But a plan to get to a backline of Chalobah, Tarkowski, Gavardio, Chalobah, Tarkowski, and Gvardiol. And what was it? Oh, fucking, that's going out of my head now. Always thinking this stuff shit through. And Gabriel, of course. Yeah, Gabriel, Tarkowski, and Gvardiol. One more. I'll come back to me in a second. But that was my ideal. That was my ideal. And oh lordy, where's my brain gone? Yeah, well, there was a choice there. I think. Yeah, that's what's confused me. Yeah, a choice maybe if I had to go Keane, I could go Keane instead of Tarkowski. But yeah, this really solid solid back four. Lots of DEFCON, lots of goal potential, and moving into this 4-5-1. Various ports along the way for this game week. So I already had Timber in place, and he obviously had the flag on him. What I thought he was going to play was roll, take the chance that Timber would be okay, and roll. Didn't do that. My other thought was Timber to Gabriel. Didn't do that either. Lacroix to Tarkowski. Didn't do that. Just take the hits and move into the back line and get me a Tarkowski, Gvardiol, Chalobah, etc. in place. Just take the hits, just do it. Swallow it and just do it. That's the one I wish I'd done. I really do. But of course I didn't do that either. I went from Timber to Chalobah based on the fact that Timber was going to drop and Chalobah was going up, and I wasn't quite ready to take the risk on Gabriel because, as I thought, and rightly so as it turns out, Gabriel's minutes were going to get limited. But of course in those limited minutes he got a goal and came off before the clean sheet was lost. 15 fucking points. Yeah, and I went Timber to Chalobah. Not really too much joy I can take from this game week so far. The only little bit of consolation I have had is I've just sort of looked around other people's scores and heard the crying and the screaming and the wailing across other content providers. It's bad out there. It is actually pretty bad out there. Yeah, I actually had a look at, it just sort of gives you a feel for, am I the only one suffering? I didn't think I would be, but there are some actually suffering even more than me. Even the number one in the world is just on 19 points, I think, with the same amount of players played. Now, admittedly, and this is where it's going to be a problem for me, I've got 5 players left. I'll have Mukiele coming off the bench, O'Reilly, Foden, Haaland. Still got my captaincy on him. At least that's one thing, saving grace. He's about 80% captain, so there will be a little bit of a rank gain if he does actually go well. But in general, this is not good, folks. It is not good. Not good at all. I am actually sitting on a small green at the moment, but I can't see that that's going to last. So I have made one early transfer. As I say, it's too early to say where this game week will actually end up, but it's very hard to see it's recoverable. I just swear to God, whatever I say to do, just do the opposite of, because you couldn't write it. Well, I actually did write it. You couldn't write it. I swear to God, there is just, I am truly jinxed. This where I am kind of at the moment is, do I dig my heels in? And I said, nope, I'm still going down this 4-5-1 path. I have done one transfer. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. It's not Rice. I'm hoping we get some news from Arteta, but we can't believe anything he says anyways. So is he just this game week he's missing, or is he going to be out for a few game weeks? Do I just say, just flag it, it's not working, and just go with the 4-4-2, downgrade Rice and get a TK up front and just say sod it, and then just again build up this back four, free up a little bit of cash. In fact, I wouldn't get to TK anyways. Oh, it would be a complete restructure. It would be a complete restructure, and I just don't want to go there. I don't know, I think I'm going to dig my heels in. Sound some positive vibes around Bruno, which is good. So that's, maybe we'll get some more news on that this week. Might not be too far away. He wants to get back in training. I still think it's going to be 2 or 3 game weeks. Fucking, don't know. Have to think about it. I have made one transfer, had to, because it's going to get 2 price rises the way things were going. So I have brought in Gabriel, And I think I'm just going to be prepared to take the hit maybe if we do get some really, really bad news around Rice. If the news isn't too bad, then I'm just going to have to play with a 5-4-1 for game week 20. Now, one of the things I do predict, you know, as we get our new set of chips, and I can say this because I was pretty bloody tempted myself. I've got to say, I nearly did do a rage wildcard this morning. Let's say it was close. It's probably about that close, but really this close to doing a couple of rage transfers. And I still might do a couple of transfers and take a couple of hits. But I do predict that we will see for game week 20, not the most record of wildcards ever used in a game week, but for game week 20, as soon as people get there, I just predict we're going to see get a really, really large number. Because it won't be a record, because of course we have the double sets of chips, but you know what I mean. I think we're going to see a huge amount of wildcards used in 20 as people start to try and dig themselves out of trouble. So maybe that is the chaos that we can take a little bit of advantage of by not panicking. But fuck me, I was close. Have I completely ruled it out? I have. It would be foolish. It would be stupid. I've done enough stupid things. Was this a stupid move though? Chalobah, Bournemouth. Of course, the other thing with that, bringing in Chalobah, you know, the thing that I think screwed, because Chelsea were all over there, all at sea. Now, their defence is never the greatest. That's kind of okay. You know, they scramble clean sheets and whatever. They were lucky not to give away 4 or 5. Does Cucurella make that much of a difference to them? You know, because I don't know how long he's out for, but as Tarkowski and Gavardiol, etc., start to move out of reach, you know, I might ditch Chalobah fairly quickly, to be honest with you. Chelsea were all over the place. They were shocking. The only team that was more shocking, I think, than them would be United. Oh my God, that's the other thing. A lot of people went double United. Must have been gutted with that Dorgu last minute goal, which would have made it all worthwhile. Ruled out for offside. United were poor, really, really poor. Cunha was poor. They were all poor. Wolves at home. I was talking it up. I was thinking, ooh, should I bring in another United? Oh my God, thank God, at least I didn't go down that path and take a hit to bring in Dorgu. That's one that did cross my mind. So that's a bullet dodge. So I really actually did. When I saw the Rice red flag, I was actually fairly close to thinking, you know what, he'll be on the bench for a bit, and just taking the hit for Mukiele. About the same price. But it's the same price, I think. I was actually quite close to that. Quite close to that because I thought it's going to be having an attacker anyways, and then it's a good solid bench option for a few weeks as well. I don't know. Anyway, that's how currently lining up. Hoping that Rice will be okay. As I say, I've done the transfer, and I'm not overly uncomfortable, I guess, if Mukiele has to come in for Rice. It's not ideal, but there'll be a lot of people putting out probably bigger fires. The problem is, I do foresee there will be other fires are going to happen over the next couple of days, and it may just be forced that someone's going to get injured or something. Something's going to happen. But as a lineup, I mean, I guess it doesn't look awful, does it? What have we got there? So it's very much the bus team at the moment. Yeah, Dubravka. Chalobah, if Rice is okay, may end up on the bench, because if Chelsea defend like that against City are going to rip them a new one. They really will. They were terrible. Chelsea were absolutely awful. O'Reilly, Chelsea home. Yeah, if Chelsea perform like they did today, no worries with that. Xiao, Palace at home. Leggy Palace, playing away to Newcastle, St James's. Yeah, not a major problem with that. Really gutted they lost a clean sheet though this morning to Burnley. Fuck, you know. Lacroix. Yeah, Lacroix's course gone. I haven't updated this properly yet. So yeah, so we've got Gabriel in for Lacroix now. Hopefully Lacroix will have a last hurrah for me tomorrow at home to Fulham. But yeah, with that fixture run now that Palace have got coming, with Newcastle away, Villa home, Sunderland away, Chelsea, Forest away, Brighton away. Yeah, time to say bye-bye to Palace. Very, very leggy, looking tired, dead on their feet. So so that's been the move there. Lacroix has turned into Gabriel, so he'll come in for Bournemouth. Cunha leads away. Leeds going to beat United. But I've met the Cunha bed now. We're just going to have to roll with him, I think, up to Burnley. And we might look to move him out then, obviously, when we get to City and Arsenal. Maybe we start to see signs of Bruno being back. And I might just use him as a little floater to bring in the right player, whoever's playing Wolves or Burnley or something like that, and target those fixtures. And I hope we've got Bruno back by Fulham home. Foden. Yeah, need something big from Foden tomorrow. Need him to get things back on track against Sunderland. Saka got his 6. There he is on his 6.2. I know it's unspectacular, but it is reliable. I've been saying it for a long time now. Rice, nothing from Rice, obviously. Hopefully he is back, and then obviously Haaland home to Chelsea. Probably captain's armband based on what I saw from that Chelsea defence. In fact, I would say definitely the captain's armband on him. So yeah, just currently sitting on that 21, and that's, yeah, as I say, pretty much the bus team. With obviously Gabriel will come in for Lacroix. We'll see what this numbers look like at the end of the game week. As I say, currently sitting on that 21 with my 57.4 prediction. My God, I'll take that right now. I'll tell you, any form of that, anything close to that, probably be just about happy with. Provided it's not all made up of Haaland. I need it made up. I need some points in from Foden, obviously, and hopefully from Lacroix and O'Reilly. Gonna be what it's gonna be, folks. This game, it is designed to drive you insane, isn't it? It really, really is. But as I said, there's a lot suffering out there at the moment already, with 5-6 players gone and sitting on, between 20 and 30, and I've seen lower, and I've seen some few decent scores as well. A few people did double and indeed triple up on Arsenal defence, I've seen. But by and large, and I think, well, the average speaks for itself. My 21 is actually currently above the average score. My problem is I don't have any TK or Averts, and if these guys go off against Leeds, and there's a few others floating around that could do me some damage, hard to see where green is coming from. Hopefully we can just bloody hold rank. Oh, yeah, but it's not good. I'll leave it at that. How are you guys getting on? Hopefully better than me. No, that wouldn't be hard. Let me know in the comments. Take care, have fun, play your own game, don't panic. Back in a day or so, it's time to do a final wash up of this sorry mess. See you soon. Bye bye.